Today's video is going to be all about the recent drama NCT 127's Mark has landed himself into as of recently in regards to a missed fan meeting and basketball. Yeah, let's dissect this situation, you guys, and talk about it. According to allkpop.com, there was a scheduled fan meeting for NCT 127 called School 127 in Saitama, Japan on August 2nd, 2022. SM Entertainment released an official statement via NCT's Japanese website stating that Johnny, Jaehyun, and Mark would be missing this particular fan meetup due to testing positive to COVID-19 consistently. Although fans were upset that they couldn't see all of their faves at the meetup, they were considerate of the notion that health and safety is of the utmost importance. So the issue arose when the day of the actual fan meeting began. August 2nd is when the NCT held their fan meeting, but that was also the day of Mark's birthday. However, fans grew so basically the fans got upset once they saw updates that Mark shared with them on social media on that day. Apparently, Mark updated his social media with messages that shared his discontent over the fact that it was a rainy day and that he had planned on playing basketball on that day, but he couldn't due to the weather conditions. He also went on to state that he had recovered from COVID-19 and finally tested negative. Lastly, Mark mentioned that he planned on hosting his birthday celebration via an Instagram live broadcast sometime around 7 p.m. So Mark's manager had advised him not to go live at that time, however, because the fan meetup was still ongoing. So after the meetup was over, Mark still logged on to Instagram that day, but was met with criticisms from his fans because they expected him to include in his updates that he was upset about not being able to meet with them for today's meetup event, but instead they only received his frustrations about not being able to play basketball. Apparently, this made his fans feel unappreciated. Although Mark apologized to his fans after he was notified of the brewing situation, the fans didn't stop expressing their emotions there. One netizen states, "I understand why Japanese fans would be mad at Mark. I get why fans in Japan were so upset and disappointed. They don't get to see their favorite idol, but he didn't say anything about being sad about not being able to go to Japan, but said he's sad he can't play basketball. That's very inconsiderate of him, and did he forget he had a fan meeting? LOLs." Another one writes, "At the end of the day, it all comes down to professionalism. It wasn't a very professional move on Mark's part, but at the same time, we have to understand that he is also human. He just recovered from COVID, so he was probably out of the loop in his schedule. Since he can't attend his Japanese fan meet, he probably just wanted to spend time to do stuff and also wanted to talk to fans on his birthday. So, I would say, writing that he couldn't play basketball properly because it was raining and that he tested negative is probably an insensitive move towards the Japanese fans that were going to the fan meet. But I think he gets a pass on the Instagram live because the time was limited and it was also his birthday. Is he not supposed to celebrate his birthday?" So I really like this second comment a lot more than the first. It does kind of coincide with my own thoughts, which I will share myself. So in my opinion, as a fellow Leo as well, I get how things like this can happen. You know, sometimes we can be a little too self-focused, especially as it nears our big day. You know, we only get this one day to truly bask in the glory of ourselves, which is something that we naturally love to do, whether we admit it or not. But, you know, when our big day comes, we like to just think about that, you know. And I know the fans expected Mark to make it about them, but you have to understand that Leos are considered a selfish and self-absorbed sign as it is. We tend to put ourselves first, but that doesn't mean that we aren't gratuitous and gregarious people. I think the professional thing to do would have been to mention it in his updates that he was sad about not going to the meetups, even if he wasn't really sad or didn't care or forgot. Of course, the professional thing would have been to mention it. Yeah, it would have looked good across the board, you know, but you saw his honest feelings. The guy just wanted to play basketball on his birthday and talk to his friends on Instagram. I don't see anything wrong with that, and I hate when fans try to force idols to say certain things that they don't mean or try to force them to do things that they don't want to do. It's not genuine. human. They're not our puppets to control. They are people, and they make mistakes. I feel like everyone is allowed to express their emotions, but just let's not get carried away, and let's also just try to be understanding. And like the previous post said, he probably was out of the loop. He probably just didn't know what was going on, and he probably forgot. And then as soon as he was notified of the situation, he did apologize. So at least give him that. This was a minor situation to me, but I still felt like it was worth talking about just because of the backlash. It's just so interesting how easy people get upset. So let me know your thoughts below. Do you think Mark was inconsiderate of his fans' feelings? And what would you have done to defuse the situation? What would you do if this was you? Until the next time you